A Faster PC live support. I know you've been waiting all week for this show. Well, you don't have to wait any longer. Get excited. This time, this is exciting. We're actually going to be helping people resolve their computer problems. We may help you resolve your computer problems. So give us a call, 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can head over to our Facebook or YouTube video. Either go to Facebook, search for A Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes. Go to YouTube. YouTube channel is kind of new, and we don't have as many likes over there, but get over there and you can watch the show there as well. Or you can head to our website at fasterpc.com. We have links to both our Facebook page and our YouTube channel where you can watch this show in its entirety. And you know what? If you're driving down the road, you're doing other things, you're not able to watch right now, you'll be able to watch the show in its entirety at your convenience after the show is over. So, but if you have a computer question, if you have a computer problem, if something's not working, now is your chance to get your problem solved for free. Give us a call, 772-340-1590, and let's see whether we can help you on this show resolve your computer problem. Also, we do have technicians that are standing by in the shop ready to resolve computer problems, and we'll be there today until 2, but you don't have to wait until then. Remember, computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back ready to answer your questions, ready to help you resolve your computer problems, your technical problems as well. It doesn't just have to be about computers. It is about technical issues as well. Now, one of the things that we talked about a little bit last week was the threat that we were dealing with, and we always want to bring you some of the newer threats that are out there, or some of the threats that we're seeing at least. Sometimes they're not new. Sometimes we're just seeing them because that's what's going on. I mean, if something works, you don't fix it, right? Well, quite often. Well, the hackers are the same way. If they have something that works, they don't fix it. And we actually talked probably a few months ago. We talked about one of our customers that his email was hacked. And when his email was hacked, what happened was the hackers, and we've heard a lot of people that say, hey, it doesn't matter. I mean, they say, it doesn't matter if someone hacks into my account. I don't have anything worth stealing. And so these people, a lot of times these customers, they'll use that to justify using a real simple password, or using the same password for every single website out there, and not even realizing that really what they're looking at, what they're doing is they're actually placing themselves at risk, and they're placing their friends at risk as well. Well, this customer of ours, his email was hacked, and all of his friends received an email saying that he needed their help, that he needed to buy a gift for his wife, but there was a problem with his card, and he needed to know if someone could buy this gift card and email it to him. Well, it wasn't him sending the message; it was the scammers and hackers that were sending the message, and he wasn't the one that got the gift card and used the gift card, gave it to his wife. The hackers or scammers got the gift card and took the money, and it was probably about $200. Well, just recently he came into our shop and he said, some people are getting emails that say they're coming from me, and they have the same address, but they end in something different. For instance, if you used my email address at AOL.com, if that was your email address, then the hackers or scammers could go out there and they could create an email that says my email address at yahoo.com. And the first part of it's the same. So some people are going to think, well, maybe this is him. Maybe this is the same person that I was thinking about. So then what actually happens is you actually have a situation where the person, if they think it's really you, they might fall for what is being asked for. And it was, they were asking for something that was about $200 in value. And why are they doing that? Well, I'm sure they've tried different amounts. And they realize that, well, if we ask for too little, then it's not really worth our time. But if we ask for too much, then people aren't going to actually give, aren't going to actually help out, quote unquote, help out the person, which again, you're not helping out the person when you send that gift card to a scammer. You're helping out the scammer. But the people that do that think they're helping out think they're helping out the scammer, or think they're helping out the person, their friend, and really they're not helping out their friend. They're helping out the hacker or the scammer. And so you have to realize if your email address has been compromised, that means that hackers or scammers got into your email address. At that point, they know your email address, they have your contacts, they know the people that you send emails to because they collected that information when they were in there the first time. In fact, they probably collected that information before they sent out their first email attempting to scam your recipients. Your contacts, people that love you, that trust you, that know you, that know you wouldn't steer them wrong, that if you really were in trouble, if you really needed their help, and they could help you, many of your friends would help you. Obviously, some of them may not be in a position to help you. Others are just wise enough to know that this is probably a scammer. Some of those people will actually notify you. If they notify you, that's actually a good thing. That's valuable. That can help protect you and protect your friends, because you can alert them then, and you could actually get into the account and you can make sure that they're out of the account. But once they're in your account and they have that information, they know who your contacts are, they know who you send emails to, who you receive emails from. At that point, when you get them out of your account, and this customer got them out of his account because he brought his computer to us, we got the hackers out of his account. We were able to reset his password. We were able to regain access to his account. We were able to change the filters that the hackers had that kept his email from coming into the inbox, and that many times they'll forward emails to themselves as well. So we were able to get all of that out of there. But then they still want to make money off of you. They want to make money off of your friends. They want to continue to send emails to your friends and make your friends think that you have a new email address. And so again, one of the tactics is they'll take your email address and they'll just change the domain that it's associated with. So, for instance, again, if it's associated with AOL, they'll create a Yahoo account, which is a free account, or a Gmail account, which is a free account, or an Outlook.com account, which is a free account. They'll go to one of the services where they can create a free account. They'll create this account, and they'll use the first part of your email address. So it looks like maybe you switched email providers. Now, what actually happened with this person, our customer, they said that they were getting emails, and the emails came in, and the people said, well, we don't know whether this is safe to click on or not. We don't know if it's safe to respond to this. We don't know if it's safe to open the attachment or whatever. I don't recall exactly what was sent out. I don't know if I even looked at what was sent out. I don't think I had access to what was sent out because the customer wasn't sending it out. It was sent out it was sent out by the scammers on a different email address. But there really is nothing you can do to prevent that from happening. All you can do is let your friends know that I haven't changed my address. This is my address. Don't respond to to anyone at a different address pretending to be me. And then in the really to go back to the first place, if your account hasn't been hacked yet, then what you want to do is you want to protect your account. You want to change your password if your password is too simple. If your password is, let's say, your dog's name and the year you were born, or maybe your child's name and the year your child was born, or maybe the street you used to live on. And some of you guys, when I'm saying this, I'm sure you're saying, hey, he knows my email, my password. Well, I just know that a lot of you use these simple passwords, and you have to realize that hackers and scammers are going to try simple passwords. They're going to try passwords that use your date of birth. They're going to try passwords that use your name or your dog's name or your son's name. Well, how are they going to find that out? Well, they're probably going to find it out on social media. If you're on social media, you're going to post about your dog, or you're going to post about something. You might even tell them what your date of birth is. So just be cautious. Change your password to a complex password. Consider turning on multi-factor or two-step authentication, and this is an extra layer of protection. Certainly, it it's a little bit inconvenience in logging in, and it might be a little bit difficult to log in, but you can change that, and then we can actually that'll actually help protect your account. All right, so yeah, we need to go to break, Cliff, and we'll come back and get that call.
Right here on this station and stream live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090. 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comment section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for a Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes, or you just go to our website, afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here. We're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
This is Brian Longworth, host of A Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, A Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to A Faster PC, or A Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC has been here, and as Florida begins to open for business,
The Faster PC.
will remain open to repair computers 9 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 Saturdays. We offer curbside drop-off and pickup and on-site service where a Faster PC can come to you. And we can fix many computer problems remotely without requiring any in-person contact. A Faster PC is also working to help our customers set up remote access so that employees can continue to work and be productive from home. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC is conveniently located at 7190 South US 1 next to the new Dollar General in Port St. Lucie, and on the web at
www.afasterpc.com.
that's www.afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. Again, that's 772-878-5978. Even in times like these, when you have computer problems,
You need a Faster PC.
Welcome back to A Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio. This is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to A Faster PC Radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page. Or you can go to Facebook, search for A Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are going directly to the lines where we have Barbara on the line. Welcome to A Faster PC Radio, Faster PC Live Technical Support. How can we help you today, Barbara?
Oh, I hope you can help me. I've been having a problem for a while. I'm on Windows 11, and I'm trying to transfer my PDFs and my folders to an SSD drive.
Okay.
When I transfer, I always get corrupt and unreadable files. So what I do is I run a virus scan. It doesn't show a virus. I go in and I repair the drive. I transfer. And then I've got so many files that I'm transferring that the system will drop, so they become corrupt again. But the concerning thing to me is that my operating system on Windows 11 it fills up.
Okay,
Do you have any suggestions to prevent that?
So the SSD drive that you're attempting to transfer to it, how is it connected? Is it connected physically inside your computer, or is it connected via USB?
USB.
Okay. So you know, I don't know. Have you tried transferring just like one file at a time, seeing if that goes over?
You know what I do when I see that it doesn't go over, I'll take each individual file or folder, go in and transfer those files, and it seems to work.
Yeah, so I don't know exactly what's going on. You know, when you have something connected with USB, sometimes the connection could be a little bit loose, or maybe the adapter that the drive is connected to. It sounds like you have an SSD drive, so I would think that that's maybe a 2.5-inch drive attached to an adapter, and you know, sometimes the connection can get a little bit loose. Maybe just, you know, make sure it's nice and solid at every point. So that's the USB cable going into the computer. There would be a USB cable going into the adapter, and then the adapter would plug into the drive. And all of those would need to be really solid at that point. But it also sounds like that you're doing this because your primary drive is filling up. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, so if your primary drive is filling up, that might be something to look at. You know, you might want to get a bigger primary drive if possible. Some computers come with a drive that's actually soldered onto the motherboard and can't be upgraded, can't be changed, can't be enlarged. But many computers have have the ability to take that original drive out and transfer it to a larger drive. We actually have a computer in the shop right now where the computer came with a 256 gigabyte drive, and the customer, and by the way, a 250 gigabyte drive is big enough for most people, but not for everyone. And this customer has close to 200 gigabytes of data in her user profile. So her desktop and her pictures, and I think she even transferred some of that over to another drive, and she's still using up almost 200 gigabytes in her user profile. So that means that her drive is actually literally almost completely full. So what we are doing right now, in fact I did it last night, transferred her drive over to a 1 terabyte drive, and then we'll be installing that back into her computer. 1 terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes, so she's going to have almost 4 times as much space. So she'll be able to operate and have plenty of room to store additional data. Another thing to think about here, since you're moving this data onto an external hard drive, then it's not going to be on your local drive. And typically, and one of the things we plan to talk about today is how to protect your data. And one thing you need to realize is that when you're transferring to an external drive, that external drive has a greater chance of failure than an internal drive. Although an SSD drive itself is very reliable, we've only seen a few of them that have, of the really good brands that have gone out. We actually did see one. We have one in the shop right now that did go out after a power surge. So you can have something like a power surge that can take a drive out of commission. But typically your internal drive is going to be, and your SSD drive is going to be more reliable, but you have the situations where it's external. It can be dropped, it can be damaged, the end can be damaged, the adapter can be damaged, the cable can be damaged. There's so many different factors, and especially if your external drive, and I know this isn't the case with you, but many people are using an external drive that's a platter hard drive. So you have metal platters that spin around. It's mechanical, and it's going to fail at some point. And because they're very susceptible to dropping, and it's very easy to drop an external hard drive. So it would be best to have your data on the drive on your computer, and then to have it also on an external drive or more than one external drive, so that you can have some space between your computer and your backup in case you have fire, theft, sabotage, or ransomware or something like that. When you're moving your data to an external drive, the external drive is no longer a backup. It's a primary source of data, and at that point, it's actually, because it's external, it's actually more susceptible to failure than an internal drive would be as well. So that might be something to look at. Is it possible to get a larger drive in your computer? And if it is possible to get a larger drive in your computer, that might be a good option to go with. And then you can use the external drive. You might even be able to use that SSD drive, if it's big enough, in your computer itself. It depends on the connections and what is available inside your computer. But we could definitely help you with that if you were interested in that. And we do that for our customers. And it would be good, again, another option that you may have that you can do. Let me switch over to a full screen and I'll just show this. You can use cloud storage, and you can offload some of those files to the cloud so that they're not on your computer. They are only on the cloud. And Microsoft has OneDrive. I use OneDrive. And you get, with Microsoft's OneDrive, you get 5 gigabytes using the personal account. You get 5 gigabytes for free. You can pay $1.99 a month to take that up to 100 gigabytes. And if you subscribe to Microsoft 365 Personal, that's for one user, you get 1 terabyte, which is 1,000 gigabytes of storage for $7 a month or $70 a year. They also have a family plan, which is $9 a month or 90, I think $100 a year. I think it's $10 a month or $100 a year. So those are options. And with the family plan, I think you get 5 users or maybe 6 users, something like that. So it really is one way that you can do it. What you can do is with your files, you can first of all move them into OneDrive, and you know OneDrive is not the only one out there. There's also Google has Google Drive, and you could do something similar with Google Drive. But what you can do is you can actually take those files, and let's say there's a file that's large, and I'll just go in, I'll navigate into my my audio and video files, and if there's a file that I want to offload, I can actually right click on that file, and I can go down and click free up space, and it'll take that file off of my computer, and it'll only be in the cloud at that point. Now, in the cloud, it does have some redundancy. You have backups from Microsoft, and that can help. We also do have options where you can back up. We can back up your cloud storage as well, and that way you have an extra backup. But that's one option if you can't upgrade your drive. That's one option that you may want to go with. And if you're really a heavy user, I am a heavy user, and I'm actually utilizing this type of system where I'm able to take some of these files and actually free up some space on my drive just by clicking on free up space. It then takes it off of my computer, and then it's only on the cloud, and I don't have it on my computer anymore. So that may help you out a little bit, but getting a bigger drive might be an option.
I have one more question.
Yes.
Does Windows 11 have something called a shadow file?
Yeah, so what a shadow file is, and depending on how much room you have on your drive, you're going to be able to have shadow files. But if you're running out of room, like you are, then you may not have shadow files. So one of the things that you'll want to look at. Let me switch back over to a full screen. So if we go over and look at your drive, you can actually right click on files, and so if you right click on the file, you actually do have options. Let me see exactly where it is. Okay, so if we right click on a file, go down with Windows 11, they changed the right click menu, but you can go down to show more options, and then you have version history. So with version history, you would be able to actually have some files, see different versions if there are different versions of that file. Now, that particular file that I'm right clicking on is actually not on my drive, it's in the cloud only. But that would be a way that you can actually do that. But if you're running out of space, most likely you don't have a shadow copy.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're
Bye-bye
welcome.
now.
Okay. So so this is definitely, just lends right to one of the topics that we wanted to talk about today. And your question, by the way, doesn't have to be a part of, be on the same topic that we've planned to talk about. It could be on anything, but this particular question does get into that, into that area a little bit of what happens with your data. We see this quite often where, and sometimes, and I don't know exactly, how big the drive is that this customer has. Like I said, most people can use a 250 gigabyte drive, but we do have a computer in our shop right now that a 256 gigabyte drive was not big enough, and the customer actually moved some data off to another drive. And one of the things that we really caution about, we want your data to be safe. And if you're moving your pictures, let's say, or videos or music or Word documents or PDF documents, you're moving those to another drive, especially to an external drive, and they're only on that external drive. Well, that external drive is not a backup, it's your primary storage, and that external drive is more subject to failure than an internal drive because it can be damaged, it can be hit, it can be stepped on, it can be dropped, there's a number of things that can happen to it. The cable can be damaged, and of course the cable can be replaced, but the adapter that where the cable plugs in can be damaged. There's a controller on a lot of external hard drives. That controller can be damaged. If it's a flash drive, that flash drive can be damaged. Some of you guys may recall, if you've been listening to this show for a while, you might have heard that I had a flash drive that I put into the front of a computer, and I was sitting in one of those office spinny chairs at a customer's house or business, and I spun around and my knee hit that USB drive, and I was able to get the data off of it by holding it at about a 30-degree angle from the USB port. But I may have lost everything with that if I didn't have it backed up.
Listen to a Faster PC radio heard on this station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now's your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page, and you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there right now, or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
From the founding of our company, a Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a Faster PC saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups to QuickBooks, Manysoft, and SoftEnd support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
This is Brian Longworth, host of a Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, a Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to a Faster PC, or a Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website, afasterpc.com. We have a link that says listen to a Faster PC radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for a Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Yes, you do. And one of the things that we wanted to just go over today and talk about is just to ask the question, what would you do if you left the office for the day and came back the next day, or left your house and came back and found that your computer was stolen? Or maybe your computer and your backup were stolen because they were in the same location. Or maybe there was a fire that damaged both your computer and your backup because they were in the same location. Or maybe someone got mad at you, maybe an employee or maybe even a family member got mad at you and purposely damaged data on the computer and the backup. Or maybe you were tricked into clicking on a link that encrypts the data on your computer, and your backup drive was also connected to the computer, and the data on it was encrypted also. So these are all things that you need to protect against. Or let's say you're just using your computer and maybe there's a lightning storm, maybe there's not a lightning storm, but all of a sudden your computer, you get the blue screen of death and your computer won't boot anymore. And when you turn your computer on, it says something like disk boot error, and you actually lose everything. So what would you do? Some people think and they tell us, well, I don't have any data. And we've learned over the years that we have to define what is data, because there's a lot of terms in computers. And, I get it. If you're not a computer person, these terms can be confusing. Even if you are a computer person, there are so many different acronyms, and there's new technology always coming out, and there's new acronyms that you have to learn. You have to learn what this is and what that is. But what we're talking about when we're talking about data, we're talking about pictures. We're talking about videos. We're talking about Word documents. We're talking about Excel documents. We're talking about PDF documents. So it might be your medication list. It might be a resume. It might be a book or an address list for your family to send Christmas cards. Or, I know some of you, we have some people out there that send other types of gifts around Christmas time to their family members, and they use that database that they have on their computer for that. It could be something real simple like an Excel database, or it could be something more complicated. It could be something that's in your mic. It could even be email in certain cases, depending on how your email is set up. If you're using email on a program and you actually have your data on that program, and depending on the configuration, your email may be in a file in that program and not available on the web. Some versions and some ways of setting it up, what you see on the web is the same that you see on your computer. But if you don't have that type of situation, then you have it's in a file on your computer. You may have music files that are on your computer. So these are examples of data, and one of the things that we really hate to hear when a customer brings in their computer and says, hey, the data is really important, or I have pictures that are really important, or I have videos that are really important, I have a book on here, or maybe it's a college, a thesis that you worked on in college, and say, this is really important and it's irreplaceable, I don't have another copy, and I was just about to make a backup. And we've heard that close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, and just about doesn't count at all. There's nowhere where you were just about to do something helps you out. If you were just about to make a backup, that does not help protect your data. And we have certainly created methods for where people can make backups of their data, but those are actually dependent on you doing something, you actually making the backup, and then also following the steps and the procedures correctly. And what happens is people don't always do things correctly. And secondly, in addition to that, you also have situations where we get busy. Life is busy. And even with the best of intentions, you think, well, I'll back up that data tomorrow. I can't get to it today. I have too much to do. And tomorrow comes and you forget to do it tomorrow. And the next day comes and you forget to do it. And we've been in situations in businesses where we've gone in to where they've had data failure, either because of ransomware or because of maybe fire or theft or sabotage. And by the way, you think, well, that would never happen. We've seen it happen. And although, and you don't prepare hoping that something bad happens. You prepare, but you hope that something bad doesn't happen, but you're preparing in case something bad happens. And we know that sometimes bad things do happen. And we've had customers that have had their computer and their backup destroyed by fire. And in fact, I know Hawaii just had fires recently, and we've seen in Southwest Port St. Lucie, I don't know how many people have been here long enough. This is going to be kind of a test to see how long you've been on the Treasure Coast. But if you've been on the Treasure Coast since the late 90s, you may remember the bad fires that happened in Southwest Port St. Lucie, where they didn't have city water out there yet. And there were fires out there, a lot of pine trees, and the turpentine is actually made from pine trees, from pine sap. The fire was leaping from pine tree to pine tree to pine tree out there. And the fire trucks would come and they would spray the water on the fire. And then when they ran out of water, they would have to go fill up their tank and come back and spray some more because they didn't have a fire hydrant to connect to. So this was a big situation. We had customers that their computer literally was a blob of metal on their concrete floor because they had carpet. The carpet was burned, the computer was burned, the metal in the computer was melted, and their entire computer, including their hard drive, was a blob of metal on the concrete floor. Not very usable. You're not going to get any data off of that. If you didn't have an offsite backup, you're toast. You have nothing. And we have had companies that have had their computer and their backup stolen. It certainly can happen to an end user, to a private citizen as well, to a residential customer. We have also had situations where someone was mad, and a lot of times it's an employee that's leaving, that's upset. And sometimes when people are upset, when they're being dismissed, when something's happening, sometimes they do things that they later will regret. And what we have actually seen is they damage the computer, they damage the data on the computer, and they damage the backups. And that's not a good situation to be in if that's your only backup. Then in addition to that, we also have seen situations where, again, the data has been encrypted and the backup was also encrypted because the backup was connected to the computer. And how does this happen? Well, you're tricked into opening up a link or opening up an attachment, clicking on a link or opening up an attachment that launches malicious code, and you don't have proper protection on the computer, and your system is set up so that your username has admin privileges, and so that code can actually run. It has the permission to run, and there's no program that would prevent it from running, and it actually starts encrypting data on your computer. And they don't let you know right away that this is happening unless you have software that's monitoring this or that's preventing this from happening. You don't know that this is happening. All that you know is that your computer just works fine until it's completely encrypted, and then the hackers put up a notice on your screen that tells you that your data is encrypted, and you have so many hours to pay them a ransom to get your data back. And then you're then putting your data, if you pay them, you're trusting criminals, really, hackers, with getting your data back. And it doesn't always work well. You don't know whether they're going to decrypt all of the data, nor do you know whether they're going to leave a foothold so that they can come back a year later or 6 months later. Quite often they do. They have a little file there that just lays dormant, and then it wakes up maybe 6 months down the road or a year down the road, and lo and behold, they're in your system again, and this time they're going to get you again. Hopefully you're a little bit more prepared for them, but and with businesses, what happens is not only have they encrypted your data, they typically are in a business for about 9 months before you even know that they're there. And by that time, they've taken your data and they have your data at their location as well. And part of the ransom is not just that you get your data back. Part of the ransom is that, hey, we're not just going to give you your data back, but we're also going to, if you don't give us this ransom, we're going to release your data to on the dark web, and we're going to sell it on the dark web. And so what you have a situation there is, just think about any personally identifiable information that you have. Most companies are going to have employees. You're going to have their date of birth. You're going to have their address. You're going to have their social security number. Everything that someone would need for identity theft. You may have that information depending on the type of business it is. You may have some of that information for your customers as well. You may have credit card information for your customers. So this is something that definitely you want to think about, you want to look at, and you really want to take steps ahead of time. First of all, to protect your data. And when we talk about protecting your data, we want you to have a backup. A backup really that's in a different location than your computer, so that if you have fire, theft, sabotage, if you have ransomware, that your data is still safe. You also want to have protections in place that keep the bad guys from taking your data and taking it to their location. We do provide this type of service where we can help you back up your data, and we can help you prevent the bad guys from encrypting your data in the first place. But we want your data to be safe.
And we're coming to the end of today's show, but if you've missed any part of this show or just want to listen to it again or watch it again, because you can do that at our Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can not only hear the show, but also see the show. And when we've described and shown you how to resolve computer problems, you can actually see that and watch it over and over again at our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. You can get there by going to our website of fasterpc.com and clicking on the links. We're open today until 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, we're open from 9 to 5, and next Saturday, we'll be open from 9 to 2. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. here on WPSL. The title to tomorrow's sermon is, Why Won't Christians Work as Diligently to Protect Life as Pro-Abortion Advocates Do to Destroy Life? Part 6. You can listen to other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, or our church Facebook page, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. You can find a Faster PC's Facebook page and YouTube channel by searching for a Faster PC on Facebook and YouTube, or by going to our website and clicking on the links. While there, you can actually watch the show, not only hear the show, but also watch the show and see the steps that we go through to actually resolve computer problems. A Faster PC is conveniently located at 7190 South US 1 on the east side of US 1, just north of Rio Mar. We're also on the web at www.afasterpc.com. Again, that's afasterpc.com. And you can reach us at 772-878-5978. Again, 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Isn't it about time that we protect every human being in America, including the preborn? Go to personhoodflorida.com today to sign the Human Life Protection Amendment to establish liberty and justice for all. Again, that's personhoodflorida.com.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie.